worldwide on DAZN. 12 rounds scheduled for the WBC Interim Super Welterweight Championship of the World. It's the challenger, Erickson the Hammer Lubin, versus the undefeated defending champion, Vergil Ortiz Jr.
Hey guys, welcome back. This weekend is stacked. We've got boxing, we've got UFC, we got Vergil Ortiz Jr. He's going to be putting his undefeated record on the line against Erickson Lubin in a fight that could honestly shake up the super welterweight division. And we also have a crazy UFC card headlined by Gabriel Bonfim and Randy Brown. And these two worlds, these two wars are going to happen tonight. It's fight night, guys. It's Saturday, November 8th. And look, as a fight fan, you couldn't ask for anything more. Boxing, UFC. Hey, this doesn't happen all the time, guys. So I'm definitely going to take it, right? Vergil Ortiz Jr. is amazing. He's an incredible talent, represented by Golden Boy. And to defend his WBC Interim Super Welterweight title it's going to be interesting because the gentleman he's going to be fighting, Erickson Lubin, he is probably one of the most up and coming explosive fighters right now in the division. And this fight in itself is going to be absolutely full of fireworks. We've got to fight. Essentially, we got to fight, guys. And in the UFC 111, that's going to be a stack card as well, too. I'm really excited to see Bonfim and Brown go at it. It's been a long time coming, so I'm glad that the people at the top of the UFC actually put this card together. It looks like a very interesting card. So if you guys don't know me, I'm Sheeraz. I'm your host for today's unbelievable show I guess what we'll do is not really a show, but we're going to highlight a little bit of boxing, highlight a little bit of UFC here, and I'm going to give you my perspective and breakdown into both cards. And maybe I'll express and kind of share some of my predictions as well too, and then and we'll go from there. So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. And if you guys love Fight Talk, if you guys love combat sports, make sure you smash that like and subscribe. Let's get it on. So, first fight, first card. Let's talk a little bit about boxing before we get into UFC. All right, so we know that if you guys have been following Oscar De La Hoya, he has a Thursday clapback, and he kind of gave his perspective and opinion. He kind of shed some actually, he's been shedding a lot of details lately into this fight between Ortiz and Lubin, and it's not just these two fighters, guys. It's a pretty stacked card as well too, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the other notable fights on this card and some of the ones that kind of interest me. I think this is going to be really exciting. But all of this is taking place in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and it's going to be on DAZN. So if you guys have DAZN boxing, then definitely you guys will be able to watch this. And if you guys don't have DAZN boxing, then you'll have to get a subscription on DAZN. All right, and I believe a month-to-month plan is around $29.99 a month, or you can get a DAZN membership which costs you about $19.99 a month, but then you have to sign up for a 12-month plan for you to be able to get that special pricing. So yeah, I think this is going to be incredible. I think it's going to be good. I believe the coverage is going to start around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the main ring walks will probably happen around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be at the Dickies Arena, Fort Worth, Texas. I can't wait. So that's it. Let's get into Vergil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin. This is going down, guys, and both of these fighters have expressed a lot of interest coming into this match. There's going to be a lot of fireworks, as I mentioned before. Ortiz Jr. is 23-0 with 21 by way of knockouts, and he's probably one of the rare guys who doesn't just fight. I mean, he'll stalk you guys. Okay, just because he's the champion, he's not going to take it easy. He's not going to backpedal and let the other fighter try to come to him. He's going to hunt. He's a hunter, and he's going to hunt Lubin. And so this is why I said we got to fight, guys. This is going to be a genuine fight. And he's coming off that like unbelievable win against Israel Madrimov, defending his interim WBC Super Welterweight title for the second time. So I'm expecting big things. I'm expecting big things from this young man, and I think Ortiz Jr. is going to be here to entertain. So I'm super excited about that. And then when we talk about Lubin, I mean, he's been battle tested as well. I mean, he's 27-2 with 19 by way of knockouts, and he's been on a 3-fight win streak. This is why I said he's probably one of the most explosive up and coming fighters in this in the super welterweight division, and which is why these two guys are going to be locking horns tonight. Lubin looks sharp. He looks composed. He looks very, very focused. Even during the weigh-ins, both fighters actually look really good, and they look really, really at ease. So that was really good to know. And you know what? There's a possibility that Lubin could make a huge statement tonight. This could be an amazing comeback statement after falling short against Fundora and Jermel Charlo. But this could be an opportunity for him to rebound and to win the championship gold. So it's good in this. Like I'm really happy with the way Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy has been promoting this event. Very clean. It's been bringing a lot of hype and a lot of buzz as well too. You have to understand this fight is not just like another defense, right? It's kind of for Ortiz. It's a little bit more than just defending the title. It's more about kind of if he wins this fight with decisive fashion, if he comes in and he dominates this fight from the get-go, he's essentially going to be sending a message to the entire whole division that he's ready for the big boys, right? And I'm talking about Jermel Charlo, I'm talking about Sisu, I'm talking about possibly, guys, get this, even Terrence Crawford, right? There's a lot of unbelievable fighters, in this division. If we're talking about Terrence Crawford, we're probably talking about Benavidez. We're probably talking about Hamza Sheeraz. I mean, there's a lot of incredible talent. Mbili from Montreal, Canada. So I'd be really interested. I have a lot of invested interest in this fight, as the entire world does as well too. So this is a very, very important fight. Very, very important. It's not just about watching a really good super welterweight fight today. This is going to pretty much, the winner of this fight is going to be able to help shape the way the welterweight division looks like moving forward. I'm really excited about that. And I mean, if Lubin can pull off the upset, I mean, again, it's going to be a total shakeup at 154, and it's going to make sense. Either of these fighters, guys, can totally move up, about 5 to 10 pounds. And I'm telling you guys, if you guys haven't seen these fighters fight yet, you guys are in for a treat. Because once you see these guys fight tonight, you guys will definitely also attest to the fact that these guys can easily move up weight a little bit and really take on the big boys. These guys are no joke. I was talking to somebody else about this fight here between Ortiz and Lubin, and they're like, "Who?" I'm like, "Ortiz Jr." Huh? And I'm like, "Come on, seriously?" And see, this is what I mean, right? Like, I think 80% of the marketing and the hype is surrounding like the heavyweight fighters, right? Like guys like Usyk, and people in that division, Daniel Dubois, Anthony Joshua, and Tyson Fury, and and I feel that there's not a lot of marketing and hype that surrounds some of these other fights, and it's a shame. I mean, we had Jerome Boots Ennis take on Usman Lima recently, and what an incredible fight that was. But I was just shocked that it wasn't, that news didn't really carry forward on a lot of the big mainstream multimedia outlets that were there online. People are still talking about Jake Paul taking on Gervonta Tank Davis, or people talking about who who is Usyk gonna fight next, or stories on Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua coming back, and I'm like, guys, we have so many fighters in other divisions that are actually rocking it, that are doing absolutely incredible. We gotta put some emphasis on these guys too. We gotta put some some hype on these guys as well too, because these fights are absolutely incredible. So, anyways, that said, that's just my personal 2 cents. I personally think Ortiz is an extremely, extremely polished fighter. I mean, his timing, the pressure he puts on people. Like, as I mentioned before, he's a hunter. He doesn't just wait for you to come to him. He'll come to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. He'll come to you, right? I mean, he's definitely, I would say he's an elite fighter. Yeah, he's been trained very well. He's got an unbelievable camp. He takes his training very seriously, his nutrition, his dieting. But you also have to have a lot of respect for Lubin, right? He's got like a lot of experience, and he's got that real raw energy, that raw power in both his hands. And look, a lot of people, I for one also feel that Ortiz is going to probably get it done today. Maybe not in a quick manner. I think it's probably going to go the distance, maybe a late stoppage. But then again, you can't discount a guy like Lubin either. And when it comes to the world of boxing, yeah, that one punch equalizer could really seal the deal, and you can't discount that, right? So if Ortiz wins, we're probably looking at a unification about sometime early next year, maybe even guys, I'm going to say this, maybe even a Crawford crossover fight at 154. And if Lubin comes out today and shocks the world, he becomes that dark horse all over again, right? But he's back in title contention, and that sets up some very, very, spicy matchups heading into 2026. So really, really excited. Fight predictions. Let's see here. I think I'm going to lean a little bit more closer to what I mentioned before with Ortiz Jr. Like I said, I think it's going to probably go the distance, or it could be a late stoppage. So anyhow, that's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop your comments and thoughts below. Let me know who you guys think you have it. And I'm going to post after this fight is done. I'm going to post a bonus video today, and we'll try to recap what happened in UFC 111 and this boxing event. But so since I talked about UFC, let's switch gears here, guys, and let's put on my UFC hat, and let's take a walk down right to the Apex, and let's chat a little bit about this main card between Gabriel Bonfim and Randy Brown, again at welterweight division. Now, Bonfim, he's been on a super tear as of late, right? This guy, if you like MMA and if you like watching these guys, you'll know that Bonfim's got that superior striking capability. He's got that explosive striking. He's quick, he's fast. He's got and he's very good at grappling too, right? He's not just a great, striker. He's got that slick submission type of maneuverability. He can switch on you at any given time and put you in a submission, and that's it. It's game over. Now, when we talk about Randy Brown, I mean, this guy can be a bit of a problem when he's locked in. He's tall, he's kind of lanky, but look, this guy, he's really difficult to contend against because, I mean, he's super technical, but he's really hard to really fight against. He's proven himself time and time before. And he could pull a big upset. I'm not even going to say it's going to be an upset, guys. He could really pull the win tonight. Either of these fighters are very capable of winning this fight. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. The co-main event is Matt Schnell. He's going to take on Joseph Morales. These are two flyweights who are honestly going to bring chaos, guys. There's no other way to say this. If you want to watch explosive action, then you really, really have to tune in. And I'll talk a little bit about what's kind of coming down on the rest of the fight card here. But you really got to see this, right? And then we got Muslim Salikov. He's a big name as well, too. He's going to be taking on Uris Medic. And then we got Chris Padilla versus Ismail Bonfim. I mean, this is going to be killer middleweight scrap, guys. And then you got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tullio. I'm loving this card already. Just some of the names that have been dropping for you guys. These guys are bona fide fighters, guys, and they're going to come out every single time these guys come out to fight. You're going to get the best of the best out of these guys, right? So this is definitely that feel, that fight night feel that's going to give us, honestly, multiple performance of the night bonuses. So I'm super excited about this. And, you know, this... It's kind of unfortunate, you know, with this particular card, how it's kind of been flying a little bit under the radar. It doesn't help when you've got the UFC betting scandal of about like 100-some fights or so that's currently under investigation by the FBI. I just dropped a video on this actually yesterday, but it kind of sucks because some of these other fights that are happening are kind of flying under that radar, unfortunately, and the spotlight's not necessarily on these cards. It's on other business and other stories. So it's too bad. But that said, if you guys are honestly, if you want to see some explosive action, then you want to tune into UFC 111. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's going to be pure chaos and it's going to be explosive. The fighters know what's up. They know exactly what's going on, and they know that they're not getting the full marketing excitement and hype that they should, so they're going to be coming out to perform like they've never performed before, right? So guys like Bonfim and Brown, they're ready to break into that top 10 kind of conversation mix, and they're going to make sure that these fights are going to stick and people are going to be talking about this for quite some time. And so, I mean, look, the welterweight division in the UFC is heating up. Yeah, you got names like Shafkat, you got Bilal Muhammad, you got Usman, you know, hanging around. So, you know, every win counts. Honestly, every win counts, right? I'm personally, if you're talking about predictions, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards Bonfim. I think he's got the pace, composure, you know, just he's got that, you know, that next level kind of fighter status right now for me, right? I mean, Brown is unbelievable. He's a veteran. He's savvy. He's technical, as I mentioned. He's very hard to contend and fight against, but he can... You know, as a veteran, I mean, he's got that expertise too, right? I mean, he can drag in deep and he can pull you into the latter rounds. If you think you're going to come out against him and win against him, in the early rounds, you might have another thing coming because his experience, his stamina levels and everything that he's got, the skill sets, the tools that he has in his arsenal, it's going to be really hard to contend against this kind of fighter. So if Bonfim's going to come out there looking to end this early, he might actually have to rethink his strategy, because I don't think that's going to happen. But I mean, mind you, he has been known for those first round finishes, and if that happens, he might just have earned himself a top 10 opponent in the next one, and maybe even a fight night on the main event in Brazil, perhaps, right? But if Brown pulls it off, then you know it's going to be a complete statement win, you know, sending a message to the entire division to not count him out. And it keeps him relevant. It keeps his name relevant. It keeps it in the mix, and he'll potentially earn himself a shot against somebody like, say, another veteran like Neil Magny, who came off of an unbelievable recent win. And then you also got Michael Chiesa, you know, so you can't count these names out as well too. So either way, guys, you got Ortiz Jr. taking on Lubin. You've got Bonfim taking on Brown in UFC. It's going to be absolutely incredible, guys. I know I'm going to be watching both fights, guys, and I'm going to be reporting on this after it's done. But as promised, I'll just kind of recap quickly on the UFC UFC Vegas 111 fight card. So as I mentioned in the main event, you got Gabriel Bonfim taking on Randy Brown. This is going to be a welterweight bout. Then you got Max Schnell taking on Joseph Morales as a flyweight bout. And also in welterweight, you've got Muslim Salikov versus Uris Medic. And then Chris Padilla versus Ismail Bonfim for the lightweight bout. And you got Christian Leroy Duncan versus Marco Tullio in the middleweight middleweight bout. And that's the main card. And then you got some beautiful prelim cards as well too, guys. So look, this weekend is completely stacked. I mean, again, Ortiz versus Lubin. Don't miss this, guys. Please don't miss it. If you guys are fight fans, and if you're more into MMA, not so much into boxing, please watch this fight anyhow, because you guys are going to be in for a treat. And then of course Bonfim Brown. I don't have to say anything more about that. I mean, two completely different genre of combat sports, but two completely different styles, but the same kind of energy, guys. The energy that us as fight fans love. So if you're a fight fan, you're going to appreciate today. You're going to like these events. And this is a weekend fight that you don't want to skip. So don't go to the movies this weekend. I mean, you can go tomorrow, sure, but not tonight. Tonight is fight night. So anyways, I'm calling Ortiz by late stoppage, possibly going the distance. And I got Bonfim by submission. But hey, anything can happen. I could be completely wrong. And once those cage doors and once that ring ropes close, then it's done, and then we'll chat. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please smash the like and subscribe. Join us here on Duality 7X for more fight talk. Drop your predictions and comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.